Good morning, everybody. This is Charles Calhoun, aka the Shade Tree Pro. What am I going to talk about this morning? Well, I put a great video up on my Instagram about how to release the golf clubs, clear the pinkies out of the way so the thumbs could get through. Got a lot of nice responses to that. Got a lot of people said, good stuff, good stuff. I like that, but it's pretty simple. But let's talk about the grip. That is a subject that should be simple, but man, it's difficult. But I'm gonna talk about the grip in a way that most people may not have seen, may not understand. I always said the easiest way to get back and through in any kind of golf swing or any kind of swinging motion, if the hands are balanced. So if I've got this hand towards the ground and this hand towards the ground, it's easier for me to create some type of arc, back and forth. The hands are in balance with one another. Whereas I'm going this way, then they struggle. Now me, myself, I had to change from this feeling to this feeling. But that still isn't the most important thing that I'm going to talk about when it comes to the grip. Oh yeah, don't let me forget. This video is brought to you by my FootJoy shoes. I got my Ben Hogan shirt on today because my underarm shirt wasn't clean. Always my Callaway clubs and my TaylorMade drivers. Once again, those companies do not endorse me, but it is always good to give them props. So, back to the grip. In my earlier days, and I hear it, and you'll see it in just about every explanation just about of the grip, and especially back in the days from some of the so-called famous teachers, when they would create a grip, they would teach everyone, get this V pointed towards there and match that V up, and they're all pointing to your right shoulder. Well, the problem, or somewhere towards your ear. Well, here's where I'm getting ready to show you that that may not be the best way. And in my opinion, I don't think it's the proper way. Because of this, is that the only reason that that grip is set up to where the V's are pointed to your right shoulder, because they're making the hands absolutely conducive to the hip action. And as I've said many times before, it is a golf swing. The hips are too powerful and they will take over the hands. Eventually, I don't care, and then you constantly got to try to get your timing, your rhythm and timing. I don't want my rhythm and timing to be like this. I want my rhythm and timing to be like that. So give me plenty of room for error in a sense. But it's taught that way. And if you don't have the consistency to be able to get the footwork right, move your hips, all that, you're going to be all over the place. You're going to hit hooks, draws, and then your hip action may not be conducive to how you're doing it, because your right side might be high, this may be low. I mean, so many variables come into play. So the way we work that is this. We want to take the alignment of our hands to the hips completely out of the golf swing. We want to match our hands with what they most match anatomically with. Now, I've said before that the feet controls how our action of how we're gonna move or where the hips need to go. So just the same, then what we're gonna try to do, we're gonna match the hands to the feet. So if I'm matching the hands to the action of the feet, then what it does, it dilutes the power of the hips from taking over and allows you to widen your area to where you can swing. So when I take a golf grip, and I'm telling you, this stuff is just, I'm not making this stuff up. This stuff is finding me. It's showing me. I'm just getting out of the way and it's showing me. I did a video where I said that hand sets up on top. I was talking about Hogan's hands and how they set up on top of the club. Remember, Hogan went from here, because he was hooking it, to where Henry Picard got him on top of the grip right here. Well, if once I get both hands on top of the grip, like I said, now the hands push down. I can push them down. When I'm going down the ground, they match up. So when I'm hitting a golf ball, this is how I get the hands away from the hips. I know everybody tries to bring the elbows to the hips. Once again, the elbow is not conducive to the hip. It doesn't match the hip. It actually matches the bending and action of the knee. The shoulders matches the hips because they're both mobile joints. And I can't put my shoulder on my hip, so I don't worry about that. So, and actually, you know, it controls down here and the shoulders control up here. So we want these little small pieces or whatever to be able to take over. To be able not take over, but control what they're supposed to do, without allowing, no different than the shoulders to overtake, you know, the swinging of it, all these things. So here's what we do. Here's my grip. When I put my hands on top of the grip to make the arms, because look, they are independent units. So if I wanted this hand to connect with this one so they work together, let's say I put a latch on here that connects there, and I put a latch on here that connects there. So what I'm doing is I'm taking this right hand, and when it's on the grip, it's matching or pointing somewhat more towards my left shoulder, whereas my right hand is pointing towards my right shoulder. My left hand is pointing towards my right shoulder, creating kind of like an X factor. And when we own a baseball bat, in a sense, you know, you kind of feel it. You don't feel your hands like this on a baseball bat. You kind of feel them going in different directions. And the thing is, because there are independent units, that if I got this one going this way and this one going that way, it's almost like they're fighting against each other. And we want to make the golf swing simpler. So, as I get that, as I call it, cross section, this V with that shoulder, this V with that shoulder. Now when I go to make a swing, now my thoughts are my hands moving with my feet, not with my hips, with my feet. So now I can take a swing and I can feel it because they're working with my feet. Bad one. I can feel that action to where they work with my feet. And I can get a better sense of swinging. I told you, even if I hit a bad one, I put it on there. But I ain't gonna hit two. But that's the whole purpose. And now my hands, now I don't have to tie my hands with what my hips are doing. I can swing my hands. And my hips just react to what the feet tell them to do, and I can swing. Same thing, boom. It's just, it makes it a lot more simpler. And even more so, because this hand is on top now, because the V is pointing there and the V is pointing there. Now, if you notice from the side, look how the right arm is kind of out. Now, if I want to have room, when I come down, I could drop that into the inside with no problem because I've got tons of room. See it from here? I got tons of room to drop that down so my hands can get in adjacent or in sequence with the feet. You've seen my videos where I talked about how the feet work, front to back, how I do that. Great video, you check that out. Once again, that's how my V's are. Right hand to the left shoulder, left hand to the right shoulder. Hands are palm of the hands down, palm of the hands down. Make my swing. Well, that's pretty much the importance that I'm saying, is that, as I said, the cancer of me that I see in the golf swing is that when we try to get the arms to work in conjunction with the hips, they react. The shoulder socket is the most superior joint in the human body because it allows us to do a complete 360-degree circle. The hip sockets, unless I lift my leg, they can't do 360 unless I lift my leg. So it's almost like you pretty much will get this. It's that this upper body is part of a different class level. That's how it goes. Y'all know about that in golf. That this class and that class, for some reason, you know, they just don't, they don't get together. You know what I mean? They may work together. One hangs out at the country club, the other one's at the local muni, excuse me. Kind of how it goes sometimes, you know, call a duck a duck. But anyway, it's how it is. So the thing is that we want to learn to swing. The hands to swing has to match up with the feet. You have to feel the hand, both palms of the hands going down towards the ground to make a consistent arc in itself, to where the arms balance up and they're not fighting or opposing one another. Then you just do your basic movement, set up, and just feel the hands working more in the action with the feet to create your best swing. Once again, this is Charles Calhoun, aka the Shade Tree Pro. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Like I said, I got many great videos. You can go, like I said, you check out my YouTube videos, which is, you know, I got some nice stuff.